gang, it's Tuesday again. My name's Tim. Really want to welcome you back to Speedway Motors. We're here in the shop. I'm one of the techs and I'm always glad to talk to you about some of the great products that we have here at Speedway that could maybe help you out on your hot rod. Now I just had a friend call me up. He's like me. He loves old school traditional hot rods. Of course we both scour the earth for these old bodies when we can find them. He actually beat me to the punch. He found a 32 Ford, lucky guy, and he was so excited. He called me up. He said, Tim, I got this 32 Ford. It's in my hands, my grubby hands. I'm so excited. I've been looking for one of these things forever. So I went over to look at it. One of the things that he was kind of down about with his car is it was a hot rod from the 80s. So, you know, back in those days, it was cool to fill in the firewall with a, you know, solid plate and, you know, maybe change the dash up. When I was looking at his car, of course, it looked like something out of the Knight Rider. They put this thing together when Cyndi Lauper was on the top of the charts. I mean, it had a flat dash with toggle switches. Looked like it was the Knight Rider or something. So he said, Tim, I want to get rid of all this. I want to change it back so it looks like a 50s built hot rod. Boy, he's a man after my own heart. I said, you know what? I'm all for it too. So he asked me about some parts he could maybe scavenge to make this thing look good again. And we talked a lot about original parts. And of course, if you're out there and you know your 32 Fords, you know just how hard it is to come by original items. And luckily for us nowadays, you know, people have been making fiberglass for a long time, but right now we live in a great time because there are a lot of really high quality reproduction steel parts on the market. And that's what I brought with me here today. These are the parts that I actually sold to my friend, and he just loves them. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about these because maybe they can help you out too. What I brought with me are some 32 Ford parts. His is a 5-window coupe, so these would work in a coupe, or actually you could use them in a closed car like a sedan too, aside from the Garnish moldings that I'll talk about in a minute. But I wanted to start off talking about some of these pieces and kind of give you a better look at them. So if you have a 32 Ford and you're needing some pieces like my friend was, you know, maybe this will be up your alley. Also, I sell these parts to a lot of guys building fiberglass bodies because you know how it is. Everybody wants to trick you, you know, have a fiberglass body but make it look like it's steel. You know, they'll even put, you know, the good windshield frames and everything in them, and sometimes these firewalls come in really handy to make the car look like it's steel even when it's not. So this might be good for those kind of folks too. I'll talk about this dash for just a minute. I actually just bought a dash from my friends over at Brookville Roadster. They make a really nice piece. It was for my Model A Roadster, and I wanted a 32 style dash in it. I've since changed my mind, but when they sent me their dash, I was really impressed by it. And I wanted to know how this steel dash here at Speedway would kind of rack up to it. I was really impressed. When I pulled this out of the box to check it out for my friend, I noticed that it's really heavy gauge steel. All the holes are exactly where they should be. It has the nice, you know, rounded doubled lip here that just like the originals would have had. Everything's nice and well stamped, you know, no sharp edges or goofy stuff going on with this. So I was really impressed again. We actually offer these in 2 different versions. This is the one my friend bought. He wants to use the original 32 gauge cluster in his, which I can't blame him for that. But we also make one that's a solid steel here too. So if you want to cut it for, you know, round early Stuart Warner gauges or something along those lines, gives you the artistic license to be able to do that. So we offer this in the 2 versions again. So keep that on your mind in case you need one of these. The other pieces I'll talk to you about are Garnish moldings. I just brought a couple examples with me here today. These are for a 5-window, obviously, and their stock height. These things are great. If you can't find originals for your hot rod, these are made to reproduce those exactly. I mean, there's no difference in these and what would have come on your car originally, aside from the fact that those were built by Henry Ford, which I obviously love. You know, old is gold when it comes to parts, but if you can't find originals, this is about as good as you're going to get as a second chance at getting some pieces to fit your car. Again, these fit well. All the holes are drilled exactly where they should be. I offer them in chrome and in just primered steel, so if you want to do some chopping on your car and you don't feel like cutting up the original pieces, which is kind of funny. I get a lot of guys that buy these from me that have original Garnish moldings, but you know what? They put them away for a rainy day. They don't want to cut up their originals, so a lot of guys will buy these from me, you know, to cut their cars. So just another nice example of some pieces we have. We actually have these for the doors and also for the back window as well, so keep that in mind. The other piece that I brought with me, this heavy lunk, I won't actually pick this one up, but I'll turn around and look at it a little bit, is a 32 Ford Firewall. Gosh, I was just at an auction not long ago and I saw an original one sell, like a goofball, I didn't buy the darn thing. I wish I would have now, but if you can't find an original or you miss a chance like I did, then you can give us a call and buy one of these. Again, really heavy stamping. It doesn't have any of the holes drilled in it, but obviously all the relief is just like an original 32 Ford would have been. And again, it's got all the nice bracketry in here, just like the original would. It's actually drilled for the frame rails, so that'll all match up for you. Every one of these I've sold, I've had a happy customer. I can't say enough about how well these are made. So again, just wanted to throw this stuff at you and let you look at it and get a little bit better idea of how it's put together and what it's all about. But if you have questions, give me a call. Visit our YouTube channel, or also visit us on Facebook. You can ask your questions directly right through those channels, and I'll get back to you right away. Obviously, I get fired up about vintage car parts, so I'm always happy to talk to you and answer your questions. So until next time, I hope you come back next week too, and we'll talk again about some more parts, either some rad engine pieces or some body panels or something along those lines. Or if there's something you'd like me to talk about, you can always ask me about it here too, and maybe I'll do a video based on what your questions are. So again, thanks for visiting us here at Speedway Motors. Visit our website, speedwaymotors.com, and we'll see you again next time, folks.